Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to episode 2 of season 2 of Dead End Paranormal Park. So last time we began the season off pretty interestingly. We have a new angel kind of watching over things in the human world, specifically watching over Courtney. We got some more with Barney and Logs. We even got some stuff with Norma and you know what? I'm gonna look up her name because I cannot remember her name for the life of me. So I'm going to look up her name. I'm going to try to remember it as best as I can. Badia. That's it. Badia. Is it Badia or Badia? Either way. I'm going to try my best to remember her name. I can't obviously guarantee anything, but yeah, so we had Norma and Badia starting to form a little bit more of a relationship with Badia giving Norma custom-made bowling shoes and Norma blushing, which was super fucking cute. So I'm definitely I already shipped them, but it's definitely looking more likely to happen now. And yeah. There is just a lot of setup already. It was a really good start, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. We only have 10 episodes, but I'm recording this same day that I recorded episode 1 because I just want to see more. And honestly, I also did a stream of the Pokemon Pearl Nuzlocke on the day I'm recording this, and it went really bad, and so I need a pick-me-up. Yeah, I need something to just help me right now, and this series is definitely a big pick-me-up type of series for me. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this continues to go. As usual, I don't know anything going forward, so we just have to find out as we go. Oh, and also, Gord, I guess is part of the group now. Courtney's letting them stay, and they seemed happy about that. And Gord definitely got a lot more attention in the first episode, but we still, I feel like, need a little bit more for them as a character. Because right now, they're still just kind of a joke, a running gag. If there can actually be something more to their character, like I said in the last reaction, I believe in the comic, Gord has more of a character, so if there can be something more, I'm all good with that. Excuse me. But yeah, like I said, I'm very excited, so we're just going to get right into this. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So yeah, this was interesting. We had evil twins. And, well, in Courtney's case, a good twin. And they were basically the worst aspects of each of the characters, kind of exaggerated into these terrible people, basically. They were created by Pugsley accidentally while trying to do a copy spell. And unfortunately, it seems like at the end, Fingers has some plans for them, which is concerning to say the least. Fingers definitely doesn't seem like a good guy. But this episode did a few other things. One, it raised an interesting question that I had not even really considered. Is Courtney not a demon? That's something that just completely caught me off guard, and I'm still having trouble processing it because obviously Courtney looks like your stereotypical demon, but it's like now this question's been brought up: is Courtney not one? Courtney's not an angel, right? I don't know. Courtney can't remember why they were banished in the first place. And now this question's been brought up. It's just like, I don't know if we're going to go through it all in this season, but I kind of hope so. And then we have Norma's revelation in this episode. That was another big moment. Norma kind of coming to terms with and realizing that she has a crush on Badia, which is really cool to see for a lot of reasons. One, this confirms Norma as queer, not necessarily strictly a lesbian, but she is sapphic at least, which means she could be a lesbian, she could be bi, she could be pan. I don't know what her orientation is in the comics. But I'm just basing it off of what we've seen here. So she could still be interested in guys at the same time, but we know she's at least sapphic, showing an interest in another girl. And obviously that's very exciting. I've talked about how much I love the representation in this series, and that's just continuing to be the case with this episode. I almost kind of wish at the end there Norma admitted her feelings to Badia, because there was that moment where she saw Barney and Logs admitting their feelings to each other and talking about that. So I kind of wish that she had followed through on that as well, gotten the little nudge. But they might be working to that moment. I definitely think that's going to happen this season. I just don't know exactly when. I kind of hope it doesn't happen at the very end of the season. You know what I mean? I hope it happens before then. So that's very fun. And we kind of see the continuation of Norma's new hyperfixation on demons and everything, and how she's turning this into a podcast and all, and just how that's connecting. She's doing it with Badia. And although there's some conflict about what she thinks of how it's going and everything, she loves still being able to do it with her. And we see that Badia, even though she's not as interested in demons as Norma is also very interested in continuing to do the podcast specifically because of spending time with her. It's just, it's getting really, really cute. like Barney and Logs are already cute as fuck enough, and now you're going to throw Norma and Badia at me, and it's just I'm going to be overwhelmed with adorableness. And that's a good thing. We had a little bit of Gord in this episode, just messing around with Norma and everything, making noises as Gord does. Not really much to talk about there. Pugsley apparently has the ability to learn magic, I guess. So that's a thing that's happening. And obviously Fingers is plotting something. I don't think Fingers is at all good. Whether or not Fingers is actually an angel or not is kind of up in the air now too, because with the question of whether or not Courtney's a demon. So now I'm wondering, is Fingers actually an angel? I have a lot of questions. And I guess we'll probably answer those as the season goes on. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited. This episode, last thing I'll touch on, also had Barney and Logs confessing their love to each other, like actually saying the words "I love you" and everything, which is a different step than just, them dating, because there are times where people will date each other and not have actually said those words yet, because those are some pretty powerful words. The words "I love you" have a lot of meaning and depth to them that shouldn't be taken lightly. So having Barney kind of freaking out over saying it just casually to Logs and worried about what Logs will think about that, that's fair. That's completely fair. Even though they're already dating, even though they're already, as Logs kind of put it, going steady. Yeah, it's just Barney's worried about it because it's a big statement to make. And yet, in the end, Logs reciprocates it. He says, "I love you" back. And it's showing that it's something. It's meaningful. It's a real relationship. And so cool. I really like how it's being handled. So far with these first two episodes, we really haven't touched on the trans aspect of things again with Barney. I wonder if that is going to come into play at all. But even if it doesn't, I like that we're still touching on some important, meaningful sides to all of this. It's going to be, for a lot of people seeing this, it's going to be such a big deal. Seeing this kind of representation and seeing it done so beautifully. So yeah, I'm very much into this so far. This season's started off great. But tell me in the comments below, what did you think of Season 2, Episode 2 of Dead End Paranormal Park? Let me know down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.